cannot believe what I'm seeing. I'm over here making coffee and I turn around and look and this is what I see. You look so devious. Look at that devious face. You also look tired. Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? Usually when you're tired you start winking your eyes and blinking your eyes. Are you sleepy? You better not be. We just woke up. We're gonna go do some stuff today. Say hi to your friends, Jaw. You're wagging your tail. Say hi to your friends, Jaw. Good morning, guys. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion and your old pal Jaw. Daze with Jordan the Lion and Jaw begin now. Well, good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion. How are you guys, Lionhearts? I hope you guys all had a great Labor Day, got to have a barbecue or hang out or have fun or just take the day off. I put out the ABBA vlog because I'm just trying to clear out some of my memory cards for the upcoming trip, and I know that was a vlog I had mentioned I had done while I was in Stockholm, and a lot of people had been like eagerly awaiting that one, so I decided just to do that for the holiday. Now today we are going to do a really great one. This is going to be a sad one, but we're actually going to go see the last home and the grave of one of the greatest comedic duo minds of all time, half of one of the greatest comedic minds of all time. And it's kind of strange that he went down as a comedic genius, though he never saw himself that way. He just saw himself as the straight man, the boob that was there to make his partner in film the star. And it's kind of crazy when I tell you who it is and I tell you how he passed away. Today we're going to talk about Oliver Hardy from Laurel and Hardy. Now we're out taking Jaw for a walk and we'll see what we encounter while we're out here. This is a great neighborhood and some really great architecture, some of those old Moorish type houses that we're going to see along the way. Wow, look at that. Nice. Wow, check out that house. It has a big peace sign wreath that's wrapped in Christmas lights, so obviously when you come by at night it's just a big peace sign right there. Here's another one of those luxury liner type houses with the kind of the boat rail bars. Look at this interesting little brick like wall kind of thing. It reminds me of in Visby the way that they would put those holes for artillery to shoot rifles and stuff out of. I wonder why that was like that here though, on the property of a home. And it goes all the way around the house. And look, there's kind of a hole built into the house as well. Oh, check out that place. I love that. Look at the windows. It's got those kind of diamond shaped windows. Very cool. I wonder if this is meant specifically for dogs like Jaw or all dogs in general. There's a great Art Nouveau style home. See that little archway above the door? That's great. Well, we're gonna take this guy home because he's starting to take a lot of breaks and lay down under the shade, so it's a little too hot for him now. Oh, that's another great one. I love that style of house. Oh wow, just by the shape of it you can tell that's some kind of cool classic car. You always see them parked out here on the side of the street. I often wonder what gems are hiding underneath there. Looks like a 50s car, 50s body model. Is that custom or did those used to come on the old Ram vans? These two houses kind of have that Brady Bunch era feel to them, don't they? Or is that just me? Alright, let's go do the vlog. We're gonna meet up with my manager afterward and I'm gonna give him my signed contract. Well, here we are, the neighborhood where Oliver Hardy spent his last year. Now in the mid-40s, Oliver and Stan realized that their style of comedy just wasn't what the people wanted, and so they decided to retire. An already robust Oliver, who was always known for weighing about 250 pounds, ballooned up to 350 pounds. And so we went on a crash diet and lost 150 pounds in a very short amount of time. And that was probably the worst thing he could have done, because he ended up, this ended up leading to a series of strokes, and he ended up having to move into this house. Now this house was actually his mother-in-law's house. Online and in various places it said it was his mother's house, but his mother had died in Georgia in like the 40s. So Oliver had suffered a series of strokes, and the reason that he had to move here was because this was a single floor, one level house, and he was just pretty much immobile by that point. In fact, he was in such bad shape he couldn't really even speak anymore. Stanley would come and visit him here every other month or so, and they said that sometimes Babe, which was Oliver's nickname, would recognize him and sometimes he wouldn't, and they never spoke. They would just communicate in basically mime language. And Oliver's wife, Lucille, very devoted, cared for him here until he passed away. He actually fell into a coma in 1957. He lived here for about a year in a pretty bad state. Like I said, multiple strokes, and he had moved into here for about a year and fell into a coma and never recovered from it. But he also had a male nurse that helped take care of him the latter days of his life, and it happened to be the same male nurse that would take care of Stanley the last days of his life as well. Now, if you look online, you can actually find a letter that was auctioned off written by Stanley about how much Oliver's death affected him, because they were an inseparable comedy duo. I mean, Oliver got his start being a bad guy in silent films, and then was even the original Tin Man in the silent movie version of Wizard of Oz. At some point, drifted into comedy, and Stanley and Oliver were then paired up, and Oliver even said, like, throughout his life, he never really saw himself as being a funny guy. He always just thought he was the big boob, the big lummox that made Stanley funny. And so when it came to editing and writing bits, Stanley did most of that. They said that Oliver basically looked at being part of the duo as almost like a job. Like, he just wanted to go film his scenes, do his work, and then he wanted to go to the golf course, which is where he spent a lot of his time, as well as doing carpentry around the house. His wife said he used to build her a lot of things around the house, in the garden, and things like that. So now I actually want to take us over to the grave of Oliver Hardy. It's pretty sad to think of a comedy legend dying here in a handicapped, almost debilitated state. A man we knew as Oliver Hardy, the Fat Man, but he was actually born Norval Hardy. He was Oliver Norval Hardy, but his father died the first year of his life, and he never knew his father, so he, pretty early on in his life, ended up taking the name Oliver instead of Norval, and would be known as professionally Oliver Hardy, or Babe. And they said that the way that he got the nickname Babe was that he would go to an Italian barber when he was like a teenager or early adult in his 20s, and that man would slap him, like he would slap his face, you know, like pat his face and put powder on it, and then would say, "Oh, face like a baby, face like a baby," and it just kind of stuck, so he became known as Babe. And this home is actually a home that Oliver and his wife had bought his mother-in-law in the mid-40s, so that's why he ended up coming here when his health took such a downturn. You know, they didn't have to go buy a new house, and they didn't have to deal with all of that would have went into getting him a new accommodation or putting him in an assisted living home. Well, here we are. Cemetery time again to pay our respects to the great Oliver Hardy. I think he deserves it. Now let's go find him. Well, here we are. A memorial plaque to remember Oliver Hardy, a genius of comedy. His talents brought joy and laughter to all the world. Now this is actually not his grave. This was, as you can see in the very bottom, it says placed by the Sons of the Desert 1977. That's actually a fan club for Laurel and Hardy, and they had this put here because they felt that the actual grave of Oliver was not fitting of a man that gave us what he gave us. So they donated this, and it kind of resembles the one that Stan Laurel has at his grave as well. But Oliver's not too far away, because in 1957, when he passed away, Oliver was buried right here. The ashes of Oliver, anyway. One of the sad things, or I guess maybe one of the good things, is that Oliver's wife was with him till the end. She would even say that he had a great sense of humor, and that he would, when people would tease him about his weight, he would say, well, that's my bread and butter. That's how I make my living, is being the fat guy. But she said that he was actually very sensitive about that, and she said just between them, she remembered a couple of times where she would be in the makeup room putting makeup on in front of the mirror, and he would come walking up behind her and put his arms on her, or put his hands on her shoulders, and they would look at each other in the mirror, and he would say, how could you ever love a fat guy like me? What did you ever see in me? And she said it was sad, because she said he was a very good man. She said he was very laid back, he was very devoted to her and gave her a good life, and said that until the end, he was there for her. And she said, like I told you guys earlier, he would build things for her in her garden and around the house. He was kind of an amateur carpenter, and just sounds like he was a good guy all around. It's a little unfortunate that him trying to lose weight was probably what they say caused most of this. They said just the exertion of losing that much weight, plus in addition to him losing 100 pounds or 150 pounds in such a short amount of time, he was also a pretty heavy chronic smoker, and that probably helped aid to it as well. But they said that Stanley never got over Oliver's death, and like I told you guys in a previous vlog, Stanley never acted again. Once Oliver and Stanley retired from the business, he never acted again without Ollie. True friends. I've never seen the poles get painted like that. I figure it must be getting done at some point, but now we're seeing it. Well, it turns out my manager's actually in Hollywood today, so I popped in at the house and grabbed John, and then we're gonna go meet up with him. And then on the way back, we have to stop and buy, we have to buy some postcards, because I'm sending some of you postcards. Alright, well, we've dropped off the contract. Now I need to buy a few of these. Alright, we got them. Now that is fantastic advertising. So tomorrow is going to be kind of a fun day, because I'm hanging out with Jacqueline tomorrow, and Jacqueline was kind of responsible for making sure everything got done before and during the wedding in Sweden. So as kind of a thank you to her, I'm taking her to have like a fun day tomorrow. And I had to swing by the store and get a few salads and some oatmeal for the house. So check out that star. I was wondering why I couldn't find one for Alla Nazimova. Well, I think that's it. You can't forget who Alla is already. We just did that vlog last week. It was the Garden of Alla, the owner and the original founder of the Garden of Alla. I think he is sufficiently wiped out, so we're going home. I don't know why, but that's like the only place that doesn't interest me. So this has pretty much become my like go-to everyday meal here at Trader Joe's. It's all together, basically like this has 2 servings of oatmeal. I basically have one of those in the morning if I have one at all, or I'll have like a green juice, one of those one of those naked juice things. I'll get the green kind. And then I'll have like this Cobb salad, which has like 350 calories if you use their dressing. And if you use the dressing on this Asian chicken Caesar salad, that is, I think, 400. So altogether, if you have one of these and then that stuff, that's like 900 calories a day. And then, like I said, I'll have some of that naked juice from a bottle. And that's pretty much consisting of what I'm having every day. Other than yesterday, I met up with a friend over at City Walk, and I did try a Voodoo Donut. They just opened a Voodoo Donut in Universal City, so I had to try one out, and it was pretty freaking good, I'll tell you that. Well, gang, I'm gonna call it a night. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the last home, and even though it was sad, the final resting place of Oliver Hardy today. I'm gonna go hang out with a friend of mine tonight, and we're actually meeting up at a place that I am gonna vlog in the future. It's quite a unique place, but I'm gonna call it a night. I decided, I mentioned it on the live chat the other night, but I forgot to mention it in the vlog. So in case you don't watch the live chats, I'll mention it here. So I decided what I'm going to do with the green sunglasses is that I want to, for the first time, I've always given them out to somebody, I've just picked somebody and given it to them for either a trivia contest or just because I thought they were a good person. But what I want to do with them this time is I want to do a silent auction through my email address, dazewithjordantheline@gmail.com, and it's going to end at 9 p.m. on September 9th, so it'll be easy to remember. That's Pacific Standard Time, so it'll be like 9/9 at 9 p.m. And what I'm going to do with that, like whoever decides they want to bid the most, even if it's only $5, somebody just wants $5 for those green sunglasses, I want to, I'm going to donate it to my church because they donate a lot of money to the relief efforts, and I know they get it in the hands of people that not only actually use it, and you can verify they use it, but sometimes they even come in months later and tell us how it helped. So I was just going to donate it to them and let them use it the best way possible. They've changed my life over the years, and I know some people won't agree with that, and so I just figured I'll tell you that's what I'm going to do with it. So if that's a cause that you want to support, or you just want my green sunglasses, that's how you do it. Just put a silent random email to dazewithjordantheline@gmail.com, and we'll just do it through PayPal, and then I can just either transfer it to them or put it in the offering plate. So have a great night, Lionhearts. Thank you for watching. I have some great vlogs planned, and tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun, so come back and see me tomorrow. Have a great night from Hollywood, California. Goodbye.
My way.